instigate something, to start something, to make it worse on me. So if you thought and then you claimed to the 911 operator that I have a mental health illness and that I'm crazy, and you showed up to my house and instigated, but now I'm crazy after you just came to my property, raise your hand at my wife with an infant daughter in her hand to yell at them about someone you thought I was driving when I was way over there on a excavator, which if this guy's lawsuit is clear, he should have videos of me on it because they're watching us, remember? And our bad behavior. So now what we do have is collusion and proof between Alex Nagy, Renee Nagy, Lee Gurga, Janet Gurga, Bradford Craig, Brian and Beth Beaumont, Nick Conley, Donnelly, right? Nick Donnelly. All of them have colluded, conspired with text message, emails with Animal Control, Piatt County Sheriffs, and Sarah Perry, the State Attorney's Office of Piatt County Sheriff's, Illinois. Hi, Livecast. How you guys doing? I'm Larry. Welcome back to White Heat again. Here we are. I'm working on the lawnmower. I want to talk to you about what we're dealing with over here today. In the next 10 days, we'll be filing our 216 with these guys who will be dismissing our lawsuit, as well as being piggybacked to the DOJ and the FBI since they're taking notice of the situation. They've watched videos, they've seen emails, they've read transcripts, they've seen the Freedom of Information Act, they've seen the videos, the body cams, everything. And they are more than convinced. They're disgusted. They're extremely upset, and with all the political climate going on, they do believe we've been smokescreened, shadowed, gaslit by local authorities. And so now they're actually taking a case in our situation. So thank you. And thank you, Pam Bondi. Thank you, Cash Patel. Thank you, Dan Bongino. Thank you, all those who are in our administration who are actually taking our situation serious today. We really do appreciate it. You know, Donald Trump came into office for a reason. That was to save America. We are literally an epitome family of what's been going on during the Biden era of lawfare, civilian warfare on civilians, political warfare against, you know, God-fearing good Americans. And for instance, our dogs, our fence, you can see has been unfinished. Our home is in shambles because we hired a contractor. The contractor turned out to be an illegal alien, provided a whole illegal alien crew from Guatemala who didn't even know, and he lied to us when, you know, we got out here. He could do all this. I worked with him in another facility, so I thought he was capable, and didn't work out. And that's a whole nother story about Pavlov Media and their corruption. But yeah, this right now is about all these people right here. I'm surprised they're not allowed about. Every time we come out, they show up to intimidate and scare. After all the police calls, all the false reports, all the harassment, all the letters, the emails, and not one shred of evidence that we've ever done anything that had any intent, minus them luring our dogs and children off our property, videotaping our children while they're not dressed, videotaping our whereabouts, comings and goings, communicating with police officers, our comings and goings. Okay? And starting with this family right here, this family right here, this family right here, that family right there. Literally, we're surrounded by collusion, corruptive people who have had a plan to drive my wife off this property and convince us that we're crazy. They are responsible for a endoscopic miscarriage. I was assaulted 5 times by Bradford Craig, shot at by Rick Kumler, and Lee Gurga assaulted me as well. Trespassed by their family on multiple occasions with video evidence. Alex Nagy, city official for the city of Champaign, trespassed on my property with his wife with a weapon in hand to come over and tell me and my wife he did not like our dogs, with his wife next to him while they sat in our side door here, which my wife will show you to the house as she shows you, walks around the whole house and get a whole understanding of what we're talking about. Oops. Go ahead and talk to me,
Well, we had put up a fence immediately after the first Nagy situation, but since we were expanding our fence all the way around, we dismantled a bit. But this is the very first altercation that we had with them. They decided that they were scared of our dogs, so they would come up to this side door, which is not our front door, and with a can of bear mace to proceed to tell us that they were afraid of our dogs, with the intent to... Why would you come on someone's property in the middle of the night? I mean, it's 8 o'clock, so it was dark already. I'm sitting there, and they're breastfeeding my children. You know, why would you come to the side door? Why would you stand there? Why would you stare? Why wouldn't you knock? Why wouldn't you make your presence known? We were terrified. I was terrified. I didn't feel comfortable walking around in my house. You know, I'm breastfeeding 2 children. I was afraid to walk around my own house comfortable. So we built a privacy fence, and that was really great for the first summer. And, well, then we continued to get more harassment, more... You know, we go into detail, but just more things just kept happening. So we decided to build the entire fence. And, well, like he mentioned before, our contractors ran off. They scared Bradford Craig hit my husband with a truck 5 times in front of all of our the people who are working for the contractor we hired. So scared them off. They won't come back. So yeah, no, everything's just in shambles and you know, we're left exposed and vulnerable. No fault of our own. We've been trying to be a nice God-fearing family here, raising our children, you know, just in the privacy of our own yard, and this is how they've left us. So, speaking, I'm gonna go check on everybody.